I love that. So, you can't meditate. You've tried 100 million gazillion times. You close those eyes, and then boom, the thoughts just keep racing and racing and racing. And then the frustration comes because you can't shut it off. Because it seems so simple, right? Wrong. It's actually not. I've been there, and sometimes I'm still there. But by the end of this video, hopefully you will have another perception on meditation and mindfulness. So, what is meditation? According to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, meditation is to engage in mental exercise, such as concentration on one's breathing or repetition of a mantra, for the purpose of reaching a heightened level of spiritual awareness. Now, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is a mental state achieved by focusing on one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations. So as you can see, mindfulness and meditation kind of go hand in hand. Although meditation started thousands of years ago on the eastern side of the world, it has grown immensely, and I am so happy about that. So many amazing research has come up on the benefits of mindfulness. For example, it decreases depression, anxiety, stress. It helps with our memory. Our brain loves mindfulness. It also helps with emotional regulation. It is amazing for our attention. And guess what? Our relationships get better when we practice mindfulness. Now, a little backstory on my life pre-meditation and before mindfulness became part of my daily life. I was really depressed. I would wake up every day and I felt like my bed grew arms and it started wrapping me around, and it was a constant battle between me and my bed. And listen, I am someone who loves sleep, so it felt like something that I loved so much was dragging me down. After the depression came the anxiety. My relationship with my family started getting a little bit more rocky. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. I did not love myself. And of course, I started questioning my existence. Why am I here? So in the midst of all of that, I stumbled across a meditation. I was aching for peace of mind so badly that I was willing to try anything. And of course, it went horribly. It went bad. I was like, this is not for me. My negative thoughts keep coming back, and it's actually making me feel worse. So no thank you. Then I had a friend who's really into meditation and mindfulness, and she was like, hear me out. Let's do this instead. And that in itself was an experience that changed my life and my perception of meditation. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions about meditation and mindfulness. For example, my mind has to be blank, no thoughts, no imagery. I have to sit cross-legged with my eyes closed and just Now, sometimes meditation does look like that, but it doesn't necessarily have to look like that for everyone. There are many types of meditation and ways to use mindfulness. There are breathing meditations. There are meditations that include music, visualization, meditations that include using your 5 senses: sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. What works for one person doesn't mean that it's going to work for another. It's the act of finding what works for you. And guess what, baby? We live in the 21st century. YouTube is a thing. You are here with me in this YouTube channel. Guess what? You can YouTube it. Relaxing meditation music. Guided meditation. It's 2023, baby, okay? You got it. We're privileged, okay? My preference on meditation changes depending on my mood. Sometimes I like silence, using those 5 senses, hearing the birds outside, connecting back to my breathing, and sometimes I like some music. When it comes to guided meditation though, I am very picky. If the voice doesn't match my vibe, then it's enough for me. Now I want to get to why a lot of people think that they can't meditate. Again, going back to that misconception that your mind has to be blank and you can't have any thoughts. Again, that is not true. Our brain is constantly working, even when we sleep. Of course, it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to shutting it out. Silence can be very overwhelming for a lot of people. If you grew up in a household where it was complete chaos, screaming matches everywhere, violence, inability to just take a deep breath, Silence may be very overwhelming for you. What meditation and mindfulness does, it brings you into your inner world. Now, if that inner world is chaos, then that's what you're going to experience. And it's okay for your inner world to be chaos. The first step of change is self-awareness. But again, it is very difficult to look at your inner world and say, whoa, there's a lot of work to be done here. Most of our trauma grew when we were little, and we had no control over what happened to us. The things that we saw, the things that we heard, the beliefs that were passed on to us. Knowing that that negativity is in there, it's really scary. But in order to heal all of that, you have to be brave. And I know you can do it. And of course, it's going to be overwhelming at first, but a way that we persevere is by being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Invite that uncomfortability. Sit down with it. Have a nice cup of tea with it. Picture this. There's a big black ball right in the pit of your stomach. Now, what meditation does, clicks on a flashlight and it shines light right in that dark circle, and it uncovers trauma. It uncovers things that you may not even remember. At that point, it's your choice. Do you want to keep that dark circle inside of you, or do you want to shed light to it? Of course, if I'm describing something that's difficult, I want to offer you some tips. My first tip when it comes to meditation and inviting mindfulness into your life, don't get frustrated with yourself. Meditation is something that you're doing for yourself, and actually when you do something for yourself, you're doing it for everyone around you. So don't get frustrated when you feel like you can't turn off those thoughts as you're meditating. Just simply let go. Acknowledge that you're having a thought that is distracting you from your breath or distracting you from your meditation. Take a deep breath in through your nose and say, with this exhale, I let go that thought. And go back to your breathing. Meditation is also the art of surrendering. Surrendering to the present moment. It's actually a beautiful thing. About a year ago, I was meditating. This phrase came into my head. My thoughts are not my business. And it really stuck to me, because it isn't. It's literally none of my business. Get out of here. Another tip that I have for you is find what works for you. Going back to what I said previously about you having tremendous resources here on YouTube. Maybe sitting down is not the best. I prefer my meditations to be on a yoga mat, just laying down as if I'm about to go to sleep, because it's what I find the most relaxing. Next tip I have is being okay with surrendering. Another phrase that helps me a lot throughout my meditation is the present is the only thing that exists right now. The past is the past. It already happened. The future? I don't know her. Who I have right now is myself in the present moment. Next tip I have is always connecting back to that breath. The breath will set you free. Another thing that also helps me is visualizing with my breath. So I'm breathing in positivity, breathing in confidence, breathing in patience, and letting go of heavy emotions such as stress, anxiety, negative thoughts, just overall negativity that I feel on my body. The sunlight, oh my god. I love it when the sun just finds me. It was like nowhere near me when I started this video, and then boom, I love it. So the last tip that I have has to do with your timing and the pacing of your meditation. Start little by little. Give yourself 3-minute max the next time that you try meditating. Then build it up to 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. It kind of doesn't make sense if you're new to meditation to go ahead and sit down and try to do a 35-minute meditation right away. I mean, if you want to, I'm not stopping you, but if you want to make a habit out of it, start little by little. It's okay. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself when it comes to meditation. Now, of course, there are people out there that have practiced meditation and practiced mindfulness the entire lives. But I just wanted to share my view on it and the things that I've done in the past that helped me get to where I am. And where I am is a place where I can enjoy my meditation, allow myself to surrender, and see what else is inside me that I need to heal. I love healing. Healing is a journey that will never end. I hope that this video was helpful or inspired you to try meditation one more time or elevate your meditation. Let me know what you do during your meditation. Maybe you do something that I did not mention. I love learning and I love applying, so suggestions are always welcomed. All right, have a blessed day. Cheers.